can already see some of y'all, some of you racist bastards that's gonna come out the woodwork. Do you show this much compassion when they still use the term black on black? When there's black on black crime, I have about the same compassion that y'all have when y'all kill each other, when y'all off each other. White on white crime. Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this right now, you probably feel just like me. Just another number. I'm not necessarily in the best of moods today to talk about this next story. They found a black man hanging in Mississippi. So, I got a clip I'm gonna play. Gonna play this clip and gonna get into the story.
Earlier today, Delta State staff discovered a deceased individual on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation.
During a Monday afternoon press conference on the campus of Delta State University, it was announced the body of 21-year-old DeMartravian Trey Reed of Grenada, a freshman at DSU, was found hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts not far from the campus cafeteria.
I've spoken to Trey's family and expressed our heartbreak.
The discovery was made just after 7 a.m. Classes, as well as several events associated with the university's centennial, were canceled.
At this time, there's no evidence of foul play.
A joint investigation is being conducted by DSU Police, the Cleveland PD, Bolivar County Sheriff's Department, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. University officials stress their belief the Delta State campus is one of the safest in Mississippi.
There is no evidence of a threat to campus, and there's no evidence that the campus is unsafe at this point. So I expect we resume normal operations as soon as possible.
Monday, I spoke with Trey Reed's mother. She did not want to go on camera, but told me she has so many questions about what happened. She said she just talked to her son Friday that he was excited about attending Delta State University as a freshman. She can't find any reason for this tragedy.
You know, look, man. How in the hell do you not expect foul play when you find a black man hanging in Mississippi? Are we just going nuts in this country? Do we I mean, I know the education, I almost can't even tell him talk. I know the education system is gone to shit. I know it's ass. But what you really gonna sit here and play in our face talking about y'all don't suspect foul play, and look who they got doing it. You get the black man to go up there and say we don't suspect foul play. But then you get, I don't even know who he was. You get the white man that go up there, we have no reason to suspect it's any threats, and basically business should continue as usual. Let's just carry on. Just another dead N-word, huh? You know, and I can already see some of you racist bastards that's gonna come out the woodwork. Do you show this much compassion when they still use the term black on black? When there's black on black crime? I have about the same compassion that y'all have when y'all kill each other, when y'all off each other. White on white crime. See how stupid that sound? A black man, Trey Reed, hung in Mississippi. Mississippi of all places. Like this is not okay. Does Mississippi have a history of hanging people? I'm sure it does. Just like quite a few states in the South. I looked up a little bit. I just looked up to see, like, what's the record do we have on lynchings in the United States? Now, of course, I say record, what's been recorded. Because we all know there's plenty of lynchings and murders and killings and all these things that have taken place in the United States that weren't recorded. So it says officially, according to the data from the Tuskegee Institute, which tracked lynchings from 1882 to 1968, there were 4,743 lynchings in the U.S. during that period. Of these, 3,446 were black people. 1,297 were white people. Now, that 1297 number is a shocking one to me. Although, how about I put it this way? 1297 for the white people. I'm pretty confident that the white men that were lynched, it wasn't a hate crime. All the shit that I see on social media, all the stupid videos that I see of white people get on there talking about how you're oppressed. How the fuck are you oppressed? Everybody wants to play the victim in this society. Everybody wants to be the victim in this day and age. Of course, they'll say that about us as black folks, as if we're not 300 to 400 years behind. They found this young brother lynched. And the clip says the mother had just talked to him on a Friday. Said he was in good spirits. She had no reasons to suspect of anything. I think that the thing that really still ticks me off is the fact that you use the black puppet, you use the black pawn police officers to go up there and say, there's no foul play suspected in Mississippi. This is tough. I didn't know the brother, but guess what I have? Guess what I have what Charlie Kirk and the rest of the people on the right wing don't have? But they want you to have it for them. A little word that starts with an E called empathy. You never want to see this happen to someone. Especially when there's a history of it that has already happened in this country and still happening to this day. I just, I almost didn't make this video, almost didn't do this one. Because it really just pisses me off. It really just pisses me off the fact that we still have this shit going on in America to this day. And I don't want to hear no bullshit about, you guys are rushing to judgment. You don't know what actually happened. We don't know what actually took place. We don't know what happened. We don't know the circumstances. Yeah, you're right. We don't. We don't know the circumstances. We don't know what happened. But the thing we do know what happened is we have a black man that was found hanging in a fucking tree in fucking Mississippi. You're not gonna keep playing in our faces like we slow. You're not gonna keep playing in our faces like we dumb. I swear, the gaslighting in this country has gone off the fucking charts. I just started back making content for this channel, and it's upsetting. It's upsetting to say the least. Now, I can sit here and speculate from my desk and think, okay, what motive would they have to hang this young brother? Didn't we just hear not too long ago? Wasn't we just hearing white people chant, white men fight back, white men fight back? Yeah, I'm jumping to conclusions. I'm jumping to hella conclusions right now. Who else has a history of hanging black people? Yeah. White man fight back. White man fight back. You don't think it was people in that crowd who felt that negative energy and their takeaway was like, hey, we should actually go out here and make something happen? You people. Yeah, I'm saying you people. You people have been wanting a fucking race war, and for what? Why? This whole video is me jumping to conclusions, and guess what? If I'm proven wrong, I will make a follow-up video for any apologies that I need to make. You know why? Because I'm not a stubborn ass. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm making this video right now without all the facts. That's true. I'm going off based off what I see. And what I see is what they reported, is that a black man was found hanging in Mississippi. So you're damn right I'm gonna fucking jump to conclusions about who fucking did it. It's Mississippi of all fucking places. You know, this shit is getting real old, man. It's getting real old. That young brother had his whole fucking life ahead of him. This shit is getting real old. And yet we as black people, we constantly ask ourselves this same question time and time again. Why the fuck do they hate us so much? What the fuck did we do to you? You know, I'm fortunate that I can still make videos like this right now because my channel is small. It's not a big channel. So yeah, I can curse and everything else. And, you know, because I'm not being monetized right now. So anybody who watches these videos in the beginning before my page actually takes off and I start actually, you know, establishing an audience and getting bigger and bigger, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. But right now, I'm going to keep it the way I want to. I just hope YouTube doesn't shadow ban me. But it's just, you hate to see it as black folks, as if we don't already have enough struggle that we have to deal with in this fucking country. All the obstacles that they've put in place historically. You know, and I don't want to deviate too far away from the topic at hand, but I'm just kind of using this to segue in different areas in terms of they wonder why programs like DEI or affirmative action were needed in the first fucking place. Just like unions. You wonder why unions came into existence? Because the fucking employers were underpaying, working people like slaves, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everything that black people have obtained in this country is something we've had to fucking fight for. These programs, all of these laws, these things that have come into existence came to be because this country has always tried to fucking legislate racism. You can't legislate racism. It's in your heart. Yeah, you need DEI programs. You need affirmative action. Why? Because you've always had racist motherfuckers at the helm. Of course, if you're a person in power, if you have power, influence, and control, you can determine if a person gets hired for a job or not. You can determine if a person gets accepted into college or not. If you are in a position of power and you don't put your racism and prejudices to the side, then of fucking course you gotta try to make laws around it. It's getting real old. It's getting real old. You know, after this election, after this past election, when y'all elected the fucking orange clown, that goes to show you how stupid this country really is. How the fuck do you elect this guy? You want to talk about DEI. You want to talk about a person not qualified to hold the fucking office. Fucking reality TV show host, a failed businessman, a failed entrepreneur. Everything he touches dies pretty much. And he's suddenly qualified to be president. Not only that, you stupid motherfuckers elected him again. Whoa, man. Just couldn't elect a black woman, could we? Like I said, I didn't want to deviate. I don't want to go too far off the fact that this young black man, but it's all connected. It all ties in. Because they will sit here and try to say that America's not a racist country when we all know it fucking is. You know who hasn't really been in control since this country is upset? Shit. You know who has not been in control since this country's inception? I'm not even going to edit that part out. People of color. You know have always ruled the roost. You know who's always run the show? White people. Mainly white men. And don't take this as a fucking tirade. Oh, you're attacking white people. You're attacking white men. Listen. I'm jumping to the same conclusions y'all did. When the thing that happened to Charlie Kirk, and you just automatically assume and jump to conclusions that it was somebody from the fucking left. You know why? You know why you jump to those conclusions? You jump to those conclusions because you knew what his rhetoric was about. You knew who his rhetoric targeted. You knew these things. So, of course, you're going to automatically suspect that it was one of the people that he targeted that would target him. You see how that works? So you see how I'm jumping to conclusions? You see how I'm jumping to conclusions about you got a young black man that was found hanged in Mississippi. So what other fucking conclusions am I supposed to draw? Where else am I supposed to go? You know what they say? If the shoe fits. Again, if we ever get to the bottom of this, if we ever find out who actually did this, which I'm pretty confident that we won't, for the police to automatically jump to its own conclusions. So don't get at me about me speculating and jumping to conclusions when the fucking police department is already jumping to its own. No foul play suspected? So how the fuck he get up there? You think he did it to himself? You know, I wasn't there. I didn't see the body. I didn't see the evidence. I didn't see if there were, any wounds on his body. I didn't see if there was a struggle. I didn't see if there were any marks, any type of evidence of some type of aggression. Wasn't there. But do you really think I'm honestly going to believe any fucking police department in Mississippi? Do you really think I will believe the police? Would you? And I ain't talking about the racists who watch this, because of course you will. But as a person of color, would you believe them? Knowing their history? Everyone being in cahoots, covering up crimes? I just don't see how you come to that conclusion so fast. I just don't see how you do that. Because the impression that I get is the impression that I always get from them. We still don't see you as human. We don't see you as a person. So look, I'm gonna bring this to a close. I'm gonna cut this short for this episode because I'm pissed off. And some of my other content going forward, I can bring up some charts and statistics and all of that. I can do a deep dive. But once I saw this story, once I saw this pop up in my feed and come across my radar, I made this one spur of the moment. I did. And if I need to make a follow-up video, I will. But my condolences go to his family, his mother. I hate to see that stuff like this is still going on in this country. And it's hard. It's hard for me to have a positive outlook on this country. It's hard for me to it's just hard for me to be positive. I've said this in the past. When I look at the American flag, I don't see it the same way as some group of people who have not been oppressed in this country see it. I've given this example before in the past. The American flag does not mean the same thing to every person. Think about it. In countries that the U.S. has gone to war, what does the American flag symbolize to their citizens of those different countries, especially to those that are not friendly to the United States? Do they burn the flag? Yeah, a lot of them do. I didn't say anything about burning the flag myself, now did I? I'm just kind of beating you to the punch before you jump to your own conclusions. So I'm gonna end the video, like I said, with my condolences to his family. And just a message to my black brothers and sisters out there. Just really be safe out here, please. This may be, if you are an American citizen, African American, black citizen of this country, this may be the place of our birth. But it almost feels like we're still behind enemy lines. And other people, other groups of people who haven't been through what we've been through collectively as a group, as a race of people, they won't understand. And they'll try to gaslight you, and they'll try to belittle your existence or try to make light of your experiences, to try to downplay and say you shouldn't feel the way you feel. And you can't listen to them because it's literally their job to gaslight you. You can't listen to them. My black brothers and sisters, please just be safe out here. I hate to say it, but trust no one. That's the content for today. I wish it was a lighter story. I wish it was a better story. But what can we do? What can we do? So much division in this country. I really don't think America can really ever truly heal from its wounds, because we never address the problems that have always persisted, that will continue to persist and exist. We don't talk about the problems. We just try to sweep them under the rug. But like I ended the last episode I did, we're still Americans, right?